The Glow in the Mist. Hey everyone, it's Mia, and welcome back to my channel. This story is one I've never fully explained, and it still haunts me. A few years ago, I was 23, working late nights at a small diner in rural Pennsylvania. It was one of those greasy spoon places, open late for truckers and locals, about 40 minutes from my place. The job was fine, nothing exciting, but it paid the rent, and living out in the sticks, you take what you can get. One night, after locking up around 1 a.m., I started my drive home in my beat-up hatchback. The roads out there are twisty, cutting, through dense woods and empty fields with barely any streetlights or traffic. I usually love the quiet. It's like a reset after a long shift. But that night, the fog was unreal. Thick, like driving through a cloud. My headlights were useless, just lighting up the mist, so I slowed to a crawl, maybe 15 miles an hour, cursing under my breath because I was dead tired. Halfway home, I noticed something odd. Off to the left, through the fog, there was a faint, green glow, pulsing slowly like a signal. I thought it might be a construction light or a reflector, but it didn't act like one. It stayed the same distance away, moving with me, glowing steadily in the haze. My gut started to churn. I've driven these roads forever, and this was new. I sped up a little, thinking it'd fall behind, but it kept pace, like it was tethered, to my car. I slowed down, then stopped completely, watching the light. It stopped, too, pulsing brighter now, almost taunting me. My hands were shaking as I tried to make sense of it. Was it a drone? A prank? It didn't feel like either. Then, my car died. No sputter, no warning, just silence. The dashboard went dark, and when I checked my phone, it was dead, too, despite having half a charge when I left the diner. The glow started moving closer, each pulse so bright it hurt my eyes. I gripped the steering wheel, heart pounding, willing the car to start. Just as the light flared to a blinding intensity, like a green supernova, I squeezed my eyes shut, bracing for whatever was coming. Then, nothing. The glow vanished. The fog was still thick, but the air felt different, empty. I tried the ignition and the car started like nothing had happened. I floored it home, checking my mirrors the whole way, terrified that light would reappear. It didn't. I've told this story to everyone, friends, family, even some regulars at the diner. No one's got a good explanation. Some say it was swamp gas or a weird electrical thing, but that doesn't cover my car and phone dying. I still drive that road, but I avoid foggy nights. Whatever that glow was, it felt alive, and I don't want to meet it again. The desert pursuit? What's good, it's Jake, back with another wild story. This happened when I was 35, working as a long-haul trucker hauling freight across the Southwest. I've been at it for years, so I'm used to lonely desert highways. Nothing but stars, sand, and the hum of my rig. This night, I was on a late run through Nevada, about an hour from my last drop-off, cruising down a 2-lane road with no one around. Around midnight, I glanced in my side mirror and saw a black pickup truck trailing me. It wasn't close, but it was steady, matching my speed no matter how fast or slow I went. For 30 minutes it just hung there, never passing, never falling back. I've had cars tail me before. Some drivers get nervous around big rigs, but this felt different, like they were waiting for something. I pulled into a rest stop, just a gravel patch with a couple of vending machines and a flickering light. I figured I'd grab a drink and let the pickup pass. But as I shut off my engine, the truck pulled in too, parking at the far end of the lot. That pissed me off. I'm not one to back down, so I climbed out of my cab, ready to give whoever it was a piece of my mind. as I started walking toward them. The pickup's engine roared, and they peeled out, kicking up dust and disappearing down the highway. I couldn't see the driver, tinted windows, but it was clear they didn't want me getting close. I grabbed a soda. Vending machine was empty, of course, and decided to take a quick nap before hitting the road again. I checked my rig, locked. The cargo doors, and settled into my cab, cracking the window for air. I'm a light sleeper. Comes with the job. You've got to be alert when you're parked in the middle of nowhere. About an hour into my nap, I woke to a faint crunching sound, like boots on gravel. I peeked through the window blinds and saw two figures near my trailer, crouched low, messing with the locks. One had a flashlight signaling to the other. My blood ran cold. They were trying to break in. I didn't have a weapon, but I wasn't about to let them steal my load. As one of them pulled out what looked like a crowbar, I slammed the horn, the air blast echoing through the desert. They bolted, scrambling into the brush. Seconds later, that same pickup roared out of the darkness, headlights off, and sped away. I called the cops, who showed up an hour later. We found fresh scratches on the trailer's lock, but they hadn't gotten in. The officer said cargo theft is common out there, and the pickup was probably scoping me out all night. I still drive that route, but I'm extra cautious now. That night could have ended a lot worse.